Okay, boop, boop. Why is that open again? I keep closing my thumbnail image, and it keeps reopening, and it's scary. Okay, fun. I don't know why that keeps reopening, but it's okay. It doesn't open multiples. It only opens one. So, if worst comes to worst, I'm okay. I'll be okay. It didn't change my thumbnail. Okay. Give me 1 second, everybody. I did change it. Why did it not update? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to delete it and try to post it again. Grab copy, paste. It is just not updating the thumbnail. That's wacky. Okay. A little strange. Let me see if I can force it to update on that side. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I guess. It matters a little bit to me, but it doesn't matter a lot. That's fine. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Go ahead, submit your taxes, submit your first redemptions, do what you gotta do. We are live on the one and only King SMP, and I have some requests for you guys. So, we're gonna get into that here in a second. Let me know how the audio is. I tried to tweak it just a little bit, and there's been some issues with it. So, you know, let me know if the audio is messed up. Coral, congrats on grabbing first. That's your 4th time total. Thank you for submitting your taxes. 124 from you. Swifty, you got 26 and 138. And I have hit 150. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's not true. There are quite a few other King SMPs, actually. That is accurate. Yeah, there are other King SMPs, but mine's the best King SMP, okay? Like, let's not even jump to conclusions here. Well, actually, yes, let's jump to conclusions. Mine's the best. That's all we need to know. Anyway, so on Friday, we worked on this little area right here for like 6 hours. And I'm looking at it now, and you hardly can see any of it. And I mean, if you turn off shaders, you can see even less of it. So, the question I have for you guys is it worth it? Because this is what it looks like underneath. It looks good, especially with shaders. Like, that looks phenomenal. But is it worth me spending 6 hours on a section like this? Which, admittedly, it wouldn't take me 6 hours to do every section of this. This was just because I didn't have all the resources. I didn't have... I wasn't focusing. It was my first section. So it may not take quite 6 hours to do this. I would say it would take more than, like... It would probably take about 4 hours to do something like this. Let's see. No other King SMP compares. That right there, Coral. You win some imaginary points, okay? They're cool points. They can be redeemed, you know, at the end of your life, for approximately 1 ice cream cone in the afterlife. I say approximately because I mean, I don't know how much they're gonna be worth by then. You know, there might be some inflation issues. Who knows? I think you should just turn the dirt to mud. So, are you thinking, like, basically do this, like what we've already done with terraforming, but over here with just dirt, and then just water bottle it with mud, essentially? Water bomb it? Because I could do that. I could do that. Yeah? Okay. That would save me a lot of time, in all honesty. It would take a lot of time to get the dirt, but, I mean, we're getting dirt anyway, so... You can't notice the texture. No need. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we have coarse dirt, we have normal dirt, we've got all these other things, but you just really can't see it because it's just so deep. I mean, you can sort of see the shadow, but once we add the greenery under there, so we're going to add, like, seagrass, we're going to add, I don't think we're going to add any kelp. just because it wouldn't make sense to go through here with the kelp. Although we may do some on the edges even, I don't know. But, you know, once we do all that, we may even add some coral fans if there's a good fan color. There's not any green coral, is there? I don't think there is. But, you know, once we get through all that, you know, it's just, you're not even going to really see anything. It sounded like a great idea to do this, but it is not, you know, it didn't turn out great. That's just the truth of the matter. Well, okay, it turned out great. It looks good. I should say that. It does look good. It's just, unfortunately, you can't appreciate it when you're looking from up here. I mean, if I look from this point of view, even if I'm trying to look for it, you can hardly see. There's some concrete right there. There's some moss, and there's some dirt. The moss pops out fine. I think the moss is fine. The moss can stay. But any darker colors just get sucked into the void of the water. So unless I was doing, like, a darker shade around the edges to show where the mud was getting caked in, then it would be fine. But I'm not doing that. So, you know, kind of screwed there. Also, I can remove all this, this netherrack right here. There we go. So if that's what we're gonna do, we need to get some dirt together. And I do have some. I have some down there. You can't notice the texture, no need. Yeah. That's kind of where I was leaning, but I didn't want to disappoint anyone. Because I realized, like, I kind of did promise I was gonna do a whole bunch of texturing on this thing, and then none of it, like... None of it is going to pan out, so... Yeah. I wish... Hang on. Hang on, I got an idea. It's like Podzol, right? Hang on. King? What? What's up, Swifted? What you got? You got good news? Do I have... Did you have time to watch the legendary K-pop Demon Hunters? I did not, no. I've been really busy today. I got a couple of odd thumbnails done, and then I've been editing for the day in the life video. But, I'm hoping, if I end stream early enough today, I can watch it tonight. I also stayed up way too late yesterday, so, I ended up sleeping in pretty late. Yeah. I was up really late, which is okay. Like, it's no biggie. It's just, like I said, I was up really late. It was like 5 in the morning. In my defense, okay, guys, just really quick. In my defense, Kit did keep saying she was going to end after an hour, and one of those hours wasn't my fault. Okay, one of those hours was not my fault. That was... She told me I had to be there for her. I had no choice. Outside of that, you know, the rest was my fault. She did tell me to go to bed at a certain point. But I thought it was gonna be over. I really did. But I can only blame me, really, I guess. Where's the water bottles? Hello, Nuggy. How's it going? Welcome back. Let's see. I need water bottles. Do I have water bottles? I have a lot somewhere. Because we did a whole bunch of mud farming over there. You want a British voice? Hi Siri, set a timer for... That is not British, hang on. Bottle of water. Bottle of water. Yuzi, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Here's your dab. Stretch. We're just gonna watch at least 4 movies last night. That's crazy to me. You are just bombing me with point hydrations. Oh my goodness. Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second. I have not watched it though. No, guys. Hello, Aiden. Welcome in. There you go. I mean, I promised myself that I'd go to sleep when Kit ended, thinking that it wouldn't be a super long time, but, yeah, yeah, it was a long stream. She streamed for 13 and a half hours, I think. It may have been just 13. I don't know. I've been trying to catch up while I've been doing stuff today. We can drink that. There we go. So I've been kind of watching little bits of the VOD while I've been in between tasks, and that's helped. Can we turn Podzol into mud? This is the question. You can't. Okay. Okay. Can you turn stone into Podzol is the next question. Here we go. Okay, I need to do the British accent. Hello, Governor. Hello, Siri. Set a timer for 5 minutes, please.
5 minutes.
Don't know why, but my British accent isn't doing too hot. It's kind of a little bit scuffed, but that's a-okay. It's pronounced fallen. Oh, yeah, the last part of your name. I gotcha, Aiden. I gotcha. Thank you very much. Sounds more Australian. You know, Australians are just British rednecks. Oh boy. Well, as you can see, I may have made a slight mistake, so I'm just gonna we're gonna pretend I didn't do that. We're gonna go over here and we're going to do our little thing over here. What movies did you end up watching, Coral? I know you watched K-pop Demon Hunters, which I've heard is a very great movie, but I haven't seen it myself, actually. Could be Southern British or something. It could be. I'm drifting all over the place when it comes to British. I think I need to pick one British voice that I really know very well, because it's kind of drifting to Scottish. Oh my goodness. I don't know why it's so bad. I'm sorry. I haven't done a British voice in a long time. Hello everybody. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Hermitcraft video. This is episode 566. I watched a lot of British Minecraft YouTubers growing up, so like I'm just trying to get back in that mindset. Oh my goodness, why is that so hard? I may just have to refund you, honestly. I feel bad. What happened? Hello everyone. It's not like British accents aren't as... They're not as prevalent as a lot of people like to make them out to be. They're very... They can be very soft. They don't have to be on your face like, hello governor, Harry Potter. You know, it's not necessarily like that. It can be a little bit more... less pronounced, you know? Less pronounced. I went French. French. That's a phrase. But I do like to try to do an accent if I can. Harry Potter. I got my watch time beefed up from that though, which is good. Yes, I have about, I think it may have been 18 days worth of watch time over there, but it may only be 8. I don't remember. But I have a lot of watch time over in Kit's chat. It's very scary. It sounds more Australian. Could be Southern British or something. I don't remember. Let me look at my watch history on TV channels. 1 sec. Alright, it sounds good, Coral. Sounds good. Do you know what is in 19 days, King? What is in 19 days? Well, 19 days, it will be July. It'll be July. No, it'll be August. It'll be August, right? It'll be August by then. So... 19 days. 19 days from now. Is that your birthday by chance? For some reason I wanted to say your birthday was earlier in the year, but maybe it was August. I might have your birthday mixed with somebody else's. Is your birthday in 19 days? It's my favorite 6-hour streamer. Well, hello, PC Gus. How's it going? It's good to see you today. I fell off. Let's see. It's good to see you though, Gus. I hope you're doing very well. How has the YouTube grind been for the day? You see Gus decided to lock in today and is killing it. That's what we like to hear. I'm very happy for you, dude. Please keep going. Your content is truly the bomb. Okay. I need to figure out how I was supposed to do this. I kind of did a stupid, and now I don't really know what I'm doing. So your content is mid at best. Your content is mid at best, and I say that with full love intended. No, PC Gus's content is actual peak. I'm gonna speak in a normal accent because I feel like I am just really offensive right now. Let's see. 2 years I've been dating Max. He was supposed to visit, but his mom canceled. Oof. Well, congrats. 2 years is big. That is really big. That is awesome. Let's see. Happy late birthday. Also, thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. How much of my playlist have you listened to? Hopefully most of the songs you haven't heard yet. I have not had much time to listen, unfortunately. I've been kind of on the grind myself. I haven't had a video out in, like, who knows how long, and I feel awful about that. I'm trying to work on some, and there will be some soon. But, hopefully there will be some soon. I don't know. We'll see. There's like not a ton of hope there. I'm not gonna lie. The videos have been kind of MIA lately, and I'm doing my best. I really am. It's just as it turns out, a day in the life video takes a little bit more work than what I thought it would. But it's almost out, or it's almost done, I should say. It's not almost out. And then I'm thinking I might make a second day in the life video because I felt like I didn't do a good job with this one. But with the amount of effort I put into it, I feel like it's not okay for me to just delete it. So my thought process is I may try to finish this one, and then if I feel like I really was just that disappointing, then I will I'll make a second one, a better second one. Okay. So it should be something like this. I think. I don't know. Okay. I need to watch. I need to read chat. Sorry. I'm deeply offended. You should be. You should be, Gus. Because my opinion on your content should hold a lot of weight. Let's see. Also, I joined by British. Well, wait, maybe not British. Saying that was probably offensive, to be honest. No, it was not offensive at all. It was British. It was a request from one of my viewers on the Twitch side. Hello, NSD. Welcome on in. Uzi Doorman. I watched The Outsiders, K-Pop Demon Hunters, The Shining, and The Fantastic Mr. Fox. I've heard of all of those. I've not actually watched any of them, though. Cool update, I have a cat and an iPad and, like stuff. I don't know, life really hasn't been interesting, not gonna lie. That's A-okay, you know? Sometimes with life being not interesting, it's a nice little breath of fresh air, you know? Let's see. Well, that sounds awesome. Cats are cool. Took too long to find. Mr. Fantastic Fox is an awesome movie. Same with I Love Dogs. Nice. I'll have to check those out sometime. You looked into server horse for hosting yet, King? I have looked into it. They're not terrible. They are not terrible. And I do know some people who have worked with them and I think have some like small discount codes that I could go with if I need to. But I don't know if I will or not. That's just the thing. I would like to at some point. It's just I looked into them. I feel like they're a little more pricey than some of the other places I've looked, which isn't necessarily a problem. It is just a thing. But you know, I'm hesitant to trust any server host at this point. I feel so paranoid about it, but every host I've had has been letting me down, and I can only expect so much disappointment in life, you know? I'm giving ViewRig one more chance, basically. So the next time the billing cycle hits, which should be soon, it should be like in 4 days, if and not before then. If they don't upgrade anything or don't get back to me, then I'm done. I'm done with them. And I'm thinking Modrinth will be probably who we go with. They seem to care a decent amount. And I've been looking into even doing some mod development and putting my mods up on Modrinth as well. Which would be a nice little side income. Not like a huge income, but Modrinth runs ads on their servers. So not their paid servers, but their download pages. And if people use your mod and such, they pay you a little bit of that ad revenue, which would be kind of cool. I don't know. I haven't looked into modding too much yet, but I wanted to do a series actually of learning how to mod with mCreator because everybody's been talking about it and has been telling me I should use it. And I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet. So I kind of want to give it a shot, maybe, possibly. Okay. Hello, Al. Welcome on in. Secret message in your DMs. Bet. I'm building on one of their servers that's pretty good. I'll have to take a look into them again and just double check. I'll probably create like a spreadsheet of all the different prices to performance ratios and see what we need and what we can afford. That's funny. That's actually funny. You should keep doing that though, Gus. Seriously. I think you're good, and I think what you're gonna do with that will hopefully go well. Hopefully. Gus has some cool plans, guys. That's all I can say. He's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Boop. Boop. Okay. K-pop Demon Hunters is so good. I've been told that. I need to watch it. I will watch it eventually because I promised I would. And, you know, when we get there, we get there, is the thought, I guess. I'll probably watch it, like, I don't know, maybe tonight. We'll see. I don't like promising that I'm gonna watch things when I don't know if I have the time, but, you know, if I don't stream for 6 hours tonight, we'll watch it tonight. That's what I'll do. But if I do stream 6 hours tonight, you know, there's just no way. There would just be absolutely no way I could watch something after it being 6 hours tonight. Because I've been trying to get my sleep schedule under control. I say that, and like the last couple of nights have been absolutely awful when it comes to sleep schedules. But we can pretend it hasn't been. I think that's fair. Okay, so theoretically, I have no clue if this is going to work, but I think it will. For some reason, I want to say, if I turn this into all into stone, and then I plant a mega spruce tree on it, it will turn all of this into podzol. And if it doesn't, I want to say I can turn all of this into moss, and then plant a spruce tree and turn it into podzol. But I can't remember either way, so let's just figure it out, you know? Hello, Ducky Good. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Boop, boop. Please work. Okay, so that doesn't work on stone. What can be converted? That's my question. Because I feel like there's been quite a lot of blocks that I just don't remember off the top of my head that can be converted over. It's not just dirt, is it? I don't think it is. Minecraft puzzle. Okay. Obtaining. Podzol replaces grass blocks, dirt, mycelium, coarse dirt, rooted dirt, moss block, mud, and muddy mangrove roots. Okay, so moss blocks. Yes, moss is the one. Gotcha. Okay, we're good. Let's see. The thing I realized about getting old is time flies, but not what you want it to. That's so real. Yeah, no, I get that. I feel like time's been flying by at a faster rate than ever before, but that's just kind of how time dilation works. The longer you live, the farther away you are from when, you know, like, let's say, you know, for example, 5 years comparatively, you know, when I was 5 years old, 5 years was 100% of my life. When I was 10 years old, it was 50% of my life. When I was 15, it was 25%. Not 25%, a third of my life, sorry. And then when I was 20, that was a quarter of my life, 25%. So, you know, the longer you go on and on and on, the sooner you hit this point of, like, 5 years is gone in an instant. Like, I every time I blink, you know, it feels like everything just slips away a little faster. And that sounds scary, but it's not. You eventually come to peace with it, or at least I did. You know, life is scary, but, you know, it is what it is, you know, I can't stop it. None of us can stop life from continuing on. So, like, the sooner you accept that, you know, time's just gonna pass, the more enjoyable it is, I think. How did I end up going farther out on this bit? No clue, but that's okay. I don't want to actually draw that out one more now. Do that. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. I had to make a new account. Last one was bugging. I can't follow now. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Ducky. Hello, Oddly Fox. Welcome on in. I want to get back into drawing, so I'm going to get iPad stuff like a pencil and screen protector and tips to draw with next month, so that's cool. At a crisis, I'm literally going to be 20 in a year. Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Those numbers feel, they don't feel great, do they? But that's okay, you know, it'll be okay. You'll make it. I believe in you. Let's see. I'm actually so salty right now. I might be back. Gotta go do something stupid. All right, sounds good, Gus. Hello, Panda. Welcome on in. Coffee. I am building a river. So I built this little section right here on Friday. But I realized that texturing it was pointless because from the top, you can't even see all the texturing I did down there. So we're going to strip down all the texturing that we have been doing and just kind of do a half pipe out of stone. Then we're going to go through and we're going to moss all of it. And then we're going to go through and we're going to grow a whole bunch of spruce trees to turn it into podzol. Then we're going to go through and we're going to hoe it all with, we're going to till it all with our hoe. And then I think I have 2 hoes, so we're good. And then we're going to flood it all with water. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to use a water bottle and turn each piece of dirt into mud. And I just got to go all the way down there. And honestly, we could probably do all the stone today. Hoeing it. We're hoeing it, guys. It's awful. That's so bad. Oh man. I think I've read everybody's chat messages so far. We're good. Okay, like I'd officially not be a teen anymore. Yeah, gosh. It cherish the moments. I'll say that much. Being a teen was, some of my better years, I would say. But your greatest years are still to come. A lot of my core memories are from being a teenager, but there's still so much more left to do. Join me while I hoe at YouTube title. That next YouTube stream. There we go. We got it. We don't even need any more YouTube titles. This one just beats them all. Gosh. Let's see. I'm vibing. Just got back from the beach. Nice. Hopefully the beach treated you well. Hopefully you got sand only in... Well, I was going to say hopefully you got sand only in the places where you wanted it to be, but nobody wants sand anywhere. And then beyond that, like, I just know how unrealistic that is, so never mind. Never mind. Okay, let's try to make sure we dig up to this point here. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. I'm hoping my 20s will be my best. Teen years are so bad. That's fair. That's so fair. I would say, like, every year I feel like has higher highs, but it also has had some pretty low lows. Every year that I live. Every year has been my best year because of some moments, but the lows have also counterbalanced it. So, like, when I was 16 years old, that may have been, like, my best years of my life, in all honesty. But, that was just because I turned 16 and I had a lot of things I could do that I really enjoyed doing. And there was nobody there to really stop me. Plus, also, COVID was kind of... I know for a lot of people, that was not good. But for me, that was, like, the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And that sounds awful, and I know it is. It is awful, but it was helpful to me, genuinely. Like, best year of my life was 2021. I never touched so much money in my life while working at Walmart was crazy. Let's see. There's not been a whole lot here going on. I will say that much for you, Nuggy. Catch you up to speed. 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yeah, that's about it. Everything else has pretty much stayed the same, so... that's been nice. We're almost monetized over there. Also, somebody asked a question about if I have super chats yet. No, I'm 150 watch hours away from it, but that's not too far. It's like probably at the end of this week I'll probably have super chats and memberships unlocked, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'm going to utilize all of those to their fullest extent, but I'm going to try to. I want to make sure it's all worth your guys' while. So, membership shout-outs and stuff like that will probably be a thing. I've been thinking about maybe doing even like a YouTube short series. So once a month, I just record a short for why is it repeatedly playing Broken Clocks? Okay, anyway, I mean, I'm not complaining. I enjoy Broken Clocks. It's a good track, but they're gonna kill it for me. I've heard it so many times. Anyway, as I was saying, you know, the I'm thinking about doing a like a YouTube Shorts thing. So anytime somebody is on, anytime somebody becomes a member, you know, at the end of the month I do a membership shout out where I read off the list of members as fast as I can or something like that. Once you hit like 100 members, it starts to turn into a rap. You know, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait. I'm not gonna have that many members for a very long time, so I'm chilling. And that wouldn't take me a ton of effort to do necessarily, but it's a great way for me to thank people. Let's see. Hi, I'm here now. Worst part about being 19 now is finding out literally 90% of my family is bipolar. Also, W1K. Yes, we're at 1K. But yeah, I kind of felt that as well. Getting old, realizing your family is actually pretty, like, messed up isn't the word to use here because that makes it sound like all bipolar people are messed up. They're not. But, like, finding out everybody that you thought was quote-unquote normal, I guess, is not actually as normal as you thought they were. I've been running around and, like, seeing people and realizing how many people I know who are, like, actually just full-on ADHD is kind of crazy. It's like, it's not a bad thing to be ADHD, but it's kind of wild to me just how many people don't realize that they are. And then also being able to help diagnose people a little bit. Not specifically with ADHD, but with other things. It's like, yeah, you know, I've learned about this thing in high school when I was taking anatomy. You definitely fit, like, all the criteria. You should go see a doctor. And it's like, oh, okay. And then they go and then they actually have it. And it's like, yep, you're welcome. I could be a doctor. For real, for real. Let's see. I'm waiting for the mod. Well, I'm waiting for your mom, so we're both pretty disappointed, aren't we? Let's see. I'm excited for the copper golems. Yes. Yes, copper golems are sick. I can't wait for those. The beach was good. I spent most of my time just reading since I didn't feel like getting in the water. That's fair. Do you mind me asking, were you Atlantic, Gulf, or Pacific? Which waters did you visit? I'm assuming you went to an ocean beach. Where I've lived in the past, some people called, like, the lake the beach. So, is that a lake? Okay. Gotcha. You're one of those people. See, I'm from the East Coast. I can't get it through my head. A lake being a beach, it hurts. It hurts me so much. It hurts me so bad. I don't blame you one bit for not getting in the water then. I was gonna say, like, dude, the Pacific is so nice. So pretty. And then the Atlantic, it's pretty warm. So I was like, one of those people. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean for it to sound that offensive. You know what state I live in, bro? Yeah, I just thought maybe you traveled or something. I don't know. Part of me was hoping you wouldn't be one of those people is all. Y'all gotta remember, I grew up in Florida. Like, when we went to the beach, we went to the beach. No, I respect it though. Hopefully it was a good time. Reading is good. I don't know how to read, but, you know, on occasion I have been caught enjoying reading. I went to a Barnes & Noble recently, and I saw Twilight, and I almost picked it up and read it just for the memes. But I decided against it. Just because, I'm not made of money. And I know myself, I'm not gonna sit here and read Twilight. So even just for the joke, I'm not gonna do it. But the thought crossed my mind, so, you know, that's something, I guess. Trying to get the waterway corrected here if I can. Do-do-do. We call rivers beaches, but not lakes. Interesting. Huh. Okay. How's your health been too? I remember you had some stuff going on. Wishy-washy. Brain fog, still really powerful, but I think I'm pretty close to having answers, but I've diagnosed it all myself because I hate doctors, like, a lot, and I need to just get over it and go to the doctor. I had to go soon anyway, because I gotta get my meds refilled. But I'm thinking if I go, I'm just gonna get everything done. Full blood panel. Possible psych eval. Is that... Psychiatric evaluation. That's not what I'm thinking of. I don't need a psych eval. I need, well, maybe I do. Maybe I do. But that's not what I meant to say. What I meant was, I probably need to get, like, a ADHD screening. I need to get checked for POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia. And then I'm also thinking about getting screened for hypermobility. Because, do I want to tell you guys how old I am? Like, I last night was pretty rough, just getting in and out of bed. I felt several bones in my body just crack. I'm like, oh, that's not good. And then, like, today, this morning, my knees and my ankles, and then my hip popped. And then sometimes when I'm laying in bed, I have to move it a certain way and my shoulder almost pops out. Like, that's not good. So it's kind of like, you know, it's old people things. Well, classically old people things, but it's because I think it lines up with, according to my friend who also has POTS and also has hyper mobility issues, you know, it seems to be like, you know, if you have one, you usually have the other thing as well. And it just has to do with the fact that your blood doesn't reach all the parts of the body it needs to reach, and it stays in the parts it's not supposed to stay. And, which is also partially why I don't wake up feeling rested. And also why I kind of just pass out randomly, I guess. But it also lines up with, like, the random brain fog because your brain isn't having, enough blood put in it, so it stays in your legs, which makes it really hard to get out of the bed in the morning. And then also, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. Anyway, all that being said, also, yes, you're talking about double joints and flexibility and ADHD. Yes, you're absolutely right. And I've been told this, the hypermobility thing leads to, like, some crooked joint placements as well, because your ligaments are, from my understanding, they're stretchier than what they're supposed to be, so they don't hold the bones in place correctly. So, like, my hands are kind of crooked and wild looking, especially on the tips. And then, like, also, like, the fact that I can just, like, full on 90-degree angle my hands, apparently that's, like, a good sign that I have it. And then also I can unhinge my jaw, which, for your guys' sake, I won't do unless you really want me to. But I can do it. And it's kind of like, you know, probably not great. Probably not great. But I'm thinking about going to the doctor, getting checked for all that stuff, because there's also apparently, like, some accommodations that you can get with it too, which is kind of nice. This last June, I was stuck waiting in... I had to climb like 4 flights of stairs because there's no elevator in the building. And they had rooms on the first floor, but because we didn't have like a reason to request first floor access, you know, they just stuck us on the 4th floor. And so this would kind of give us a good reason to be put first floor for most things, which would be perfect. Not that I'm just trying to avoid it, but it's been really hard walking around, especially. I'm getting old, is what I'm realizing. Older than what most people get when they're 21. I'm aging faster, essentially, because of these issues, sort of, kind of. For lack of better word, your body acts like it's older, which isn't great. It also explains the back cracking, from my understanding. Because I have a lot of flexibility in my back. I mean, you guys can see how far I can turn around. I mean, like, you know, I'm over 90 degrees away, and like I can like full on just turn around, like, and that's all in like three spots in my back. That's turning there. I don't even turn the upper portion of my body really when I do that. It's all just in the lower mid back regions. So it's been like fun stuff. Anyway, let's see. I did travel to the East Coast and a beach a couple weeks ago. One day I'll make my way to your state and meet you, man. Don't worry. Let's go. Started hating doctors too. I developed agoraphobia. That's fair. I don't like doctors purely because I feel like it's a waste of time. And I know it's not. I just had really bad luck, essentially. And, you know, that's just the way it goes. But knowing now what I know about my heart things and the fact that it's been probably POTS the entire time, and they just ignored it, my cardiologist didn't even consider testing me for it, is like something that bugs me so badly, because I told them I had dizziness. I told them that I had the racing heart. I told them it was really bad when climbing stairs, and I told them about the palpitations and the chest pains and stuff, and they kind of shrugged their shoulders and said, we don't know why it's happening, but you're not dying. Come back next year. It's like you're being kind of lazy, you know? You're not fixing my issue. That's my real problem. They took all that time and then just said, we don't know, go home. It's like, gee, thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. I would check just in case. Psych eval is good too. Just ask. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure I need one. I think it's 21. I am 21, yeah. Hip one is a bad one. Yeah, it's been popping more lately. I've started sleeping with a pillow for my legs to help me get up in the morning. It seems to be helping a little better because the blood has to flow back down. So it helps with that anyway. Even if I don't get a diagnosis for POTS, I think I have it because everything I've been doing has been to help accommodate for that, and it seems to be working okay. But I know doctors are really hesitant to let you just self-diagnose like that, because they're like, what if you're just saying it and you're just saying it's this way because you're gaslighting yourself into believing it works? But it's like, I don't know. I know it's working for my body right now. That's all I know. Ironically, me and my family were talking about hypermobility earlier. We think my mom and my sibling might have it. That's fair. That's fair. They should definitely see if they can get it checked if it's serious enough. If it's causing any issues. I mean, for me, it pops my kneecap sometimes, which has hurt Admiral can tell you. I mean, he said I was being a baby, but I was sitting, or I was walking downstairs one night, and my knee started hurting pretty bad, and so I went into the freezer, and I just was trying to get us some ice cream. You know, we were gonna watch something that night, and I bent down to get the ice cream out of the freezer, and loudest cracking sound you ever heard. I thought I blew my knee out, honestly. Like, hurt so bad. I was on the ground rolling. And then you know, I never got it checked after that. But cuz I could still walk, so I was like I must have not hurt myself too badly. But I've been limping around a little bit the last couple of days. I know it's not great for me, so I need to just suck it up, but I don't want to do it. But it also really sucks because that's all I do every day is sit. All I do every day is, you know, sit, sleep, and I do move around a little bit, but it's hard to move. But I need to move more because not moving is making it harder to move. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I'm gonna peel this one back a little bit. Like that. Just so that it has a little more space to thrive over here. There we go. So yeah, that's a fun thing. I have hypermobility, the hand thing. When I first found out the thumb to wrist one. Wait, thumb to wrist one. I'm not familiar with that. I can like... Wait, no, you showed me your thumb to wrist thing. Right, yeah, no, you showed me, I'm sorry. Let's play RTS and Minecraft real-time strategy. Probably not today, but maybe sometime. Also, welcome on NFC. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the alert, Panda. I appreciate it. I'm having problems with my knees. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I'm done with the statue. That's concerning. That is a concerning emoji, my friend. No, you want to hear a joke? Sure, Tyler. What's your joke? POTS is like a hard to diagnose thing. They don't like doing it usually. Yeah, they don't. I know, but if they want to actually make me better, then they should do it. My life, you know, that's fair. I was gonna make a joke about your mom, but I decided against it. I wanted to wait and hear your joke. It may have been a banger, but it's okay. You know, my life's a little bit of a joke sometimes too. And that's okay, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. We can't control the cards that we're dealt in life. What we can do, though, is we can just attempt to make things a little better than what they were yesterday. I hear a joke, no rope. That's a throwback. No rope was a time of our lives. Oop. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're gonna take all that. Alright, I need to actually catch up on chat so I can actually talk while building. Let's see. But yeah, I'm hoping they'll do it like a... The problem is, for me to get my best chances at actually getting a diagnosis for POTS, I've found that I gotta basically exasperate the symptoms, which makes me very lethargic, which makes it hard for me to... Makes me very hard for me to go to the doctor. But if I like just don't eat for like 12 hours, which is very common, I forget to eat, which is not great, but it's apparently like an ADHD thing. I don't know. Apparently we were just really good at forgetting to eat, which is like not great, but it is what it is. Yeah, that was something I kind of do sometimes, and I've been told it's not good, but I can't help it. I just genuinely can't remember. And if I do that, I'm like my blood pressure's all over the place. I stand up and then my chest feels like it's full and I can't actually get any higher than like right here. This is about where I get stuck standing as I wait for everything to equal out. I felt like I was dying that one day. It was awful. I sound really concerning, but just trust me, guys. This is normal, apparently. At least that's what my cardiologist said. Okay, I need... Come up here. Ba-ba-ba. My family's cooking dinner for 2 hours. 2 hours of cooking dinner. It's gotta be some good food then. Dang. Okay. Let's see. Apparently complex trauma makes you very self-aware, and that's why I know all my issues before they're diagnosed. And then the doctor's like, oh, you're right? Huh. I really don't love doctors, and so I try to research everything first, and then I bring it all to my doctor with a list of evidence, and then I tell her to test it to prove that I'm right, and then she usually tests it, and then we end up on a long trail of things where it's like, huh, you do have heart palpitations, but they said not to worry about it, so we're just not going to worry about it. Maybe the thyroid thing will take care of it, which was something I didn't even know was going to be wrong with me. I didn't know about the thyroid. I didn't even consider it, but, you know, that was a very slight issue that was solved very quickly, but we were hoping that that would fix my heart things as well, but it did not. A man walks into a bar with a slab of asphalt and his hand and asks the bartender for a beer, please, and one for the road. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, completely forgot because I've been avoiding it. I'm going to court. Oh, fun. We love that. Do you mind me asking what for? I have ADHD. That's fair. I feel like a great number of people on the internet have ADHD, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It is just something I've noticed is like, I run into a lot of people on the internet with ADHD, more than just general real life. And it's not because people with ADHD are more chronically online, I don't think. But it's probably more so just tied to the fact that we're always looking for some form of stimulation. And online has a lot of that. So we'll be doing something in real life. And, also doing something online, like listening to a video or something. And it's like, I'm all for that. I do that all the time. I'll be sitting here just playing Minecraft and I'll be listening to somebody else say something and I mean, I don't do a lot that's not technology related right now, just because this is all I've got. As sad as that sounds. But, you know, it is something I care about deeply, is just like doing more Minecraft stuff. So that's like what I do most of the time right now, is I'll be working on Minecraft while watching a stream, while probably 3D printing something, which is mostly an inactive task, but I do get distracted looking at it as it's doing its little back and forth thingy. And then I'll usually be DMing somebody or talking to them on the phone as well, which is not effective at all, is something I've realized. I've been trying to do that, and I realize I'm only paying attention to like 3 things legitimately, and then most of it is getting neglected. And it's usually I can only listen to one thing at once. I can only actively do one thing at once, and then 3D printing I don't have to worry about unless I get distracted just watching it. Let's see. Completely forgot because I've been avoiding it going to court. I do that too, but it is an autism thing. Forget to eat or like use the bathroom, and then like I have to do this now. OMG. Oh yes, yes. I felt that when I was working on something last week. I think I was working on updating a Minecraft server. It may have been a couple weeks ago then. Whenever I was updating to the happy guests and stuff, which we have now, I ended up like accidentally forgetting to eat for like 24 hours. I laid in bed and I was like, wait a minute. I haven't eaten at all today. And I just went to bed because I was really tired. It was late. And I woke up the next day and ate lunch. But I was like, it was weird. It was weird. Let's see. I also sprained my wrist like a month ago, but I'm ignoring getting that fixed. I don't blame you on that. That's fair. It is unfortunately only going to get worse probably as it tries to heal itself without any help, but I respect it. I definitely respect your decision there. Hello, Redvin. Please keep it English only. Otherwise, I can't read your chats. I don't know how to delete it. Why can't I delete it? Hang on. My YouTube messaging system is not great. Okay, there we go. Okay. It's common. I would definitely say it's more common than it's ever been before, but I think that's just mostly because it's been such a widespread thing where a lot of people do have it. But I also think it may be... I don't think it's like overdiagnosed. ADHD isn't overdiagnosed, but I think it's... I do think they've expanded the boundaries on who has it and who can be... who is classified under the ADHD, which isn't a terrible thing. But, you know, back when I was a kid, especially, I mean, it was like... You met only a handful of people in life who ever had it. It wasn't like a super, super common thing necessarily. But I feel like everybody you run into today, I mean, in person, not necessarily, but a lot of young people, especially, I feel like do have it. And that might be due to just low attention span, which is not necessarily the... it's a defining characteristic of ADHD, but that's not all it is. And that's why I think it's probably commonly misdiagnosed. But that's just a theory. I don't know that to be fact. That's fair. That's a reasonable reason to go to court, Nuggy. That's good though. Hopefully that all goes well. Let's see. Garden party. Let us turn up the beat. That's awesome. Nobody's gonna remember everyone in 2025 and 250 years. That's true. People that are alive in 2025, you know, outside of some notable people that are in history books, you know, you're probably not gonna... A lot of us aren't gonna be remembered, and that's okay. That's a scary thought to some people, but to me, like, that's actually comforting. I'm not having to worry about my legacy for hundreds of years necessarily. Maybe 100 years, but I don't foresee myself, you know, having a legacy beyond that necessarily. Like, you know, obviously I'm hoping to have a pretty sizable family, and I'd like to set them all up with a decent amount of success, but the hope would be that, you know, my name wouldn't be tied to them personally forever. Like, I want them to be able to carry their own success. I don't want them to have to walk in their great-great-grandfather's shadow. Okay, we're gonna do this sort of thing here, I think. Now that we're within beacon range, this is good. We're gonna be there before long. It won't take too long to get through all this, I don't think. Do that. Okay. And then... Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's any other health things I needed to look into. There's been so many weird health things going around that I'm trying not to, like, say, oh, I have this, oh, I have that, but there are some things that it's just like, I'm pretty sure I have this. I mean, due to my very limited nature of being able to test things, you know, I can't run my own blood panels. So I have to go to a doctor for that. So they have like an edge on me a little bit, but it's not like... You know, it's not like I don't have all the tools they have. If I had like a tilt table, I could tell you easily if I have pots, but no, I don't have a tilt table. But they do, and they won't let me use it. I don't know why. I don't get it. They probably actually would put me on the tilt table if I said that I want tested for it. You might have to push hard, but I'd be willing to push pretty hard on that one if I have to. Okay. Do you see or hear anyone talking about Abraham Lincoln anymore, even though he's in history books? You know, actually, I don't hear his name a whole lot ever, now that you mention it. You might be onto something. You're gonna need to wait 3 months for this test. Thankfully, here in, at least where I'm located in the US, we actually get pretty quick testing. Not necessarily like next day, it just depends on what they have available. Some places I go to, they're like walk-in clinics. And so you can basically walk in any day as long as it doesn't require an appointment. But most of the appointments are only like a week out at the earliest. So it's like, if you want to be there and get your echocardiogram, or any ultrasound for that matter, you can usually get that scheduled out and do it within like the next week or two. Getting into like an actual hospital to see a specialist, that's a little tricky. I have done it, and it took me like a month, but I was also not in a very busy season. With it being summer, I'm thinking a lot of people are going to be going to see doctors because their kids are out of school, so they can go take them to go see the doctor. And I'm over here like, bruh, take your kids to go see the doctor when they need to go. Like, I don't know. That's just me, though. Let's see. I had to go to the hospital like 2 months ago. I almost died. Well, that's some news. Wow. Well, I'm glad you didn't. That's good. Hopefully everything's okay now. I'm so glad we can just do this with the moss. Like, I'm thinking, how far do we want to get today? We're only an hour in. I'm kind of thinking if we got up to the beacon, that would be great with the stone. But I kind of would like to just finish this, like, each and every section. So it's kind of like, you know, I finished this small section here. So it was from, like, that point over to here, which is a pretty sizable section. But I'd like to finish each section on stream and not just start it, because it would take a long time to go through and do everything. But it would be also kind of nice to go through and do all the terraforming if I had to. You know, I could probably go through and do all the stone terraforming, and then next stream we go through, do all the moss, then do all of the podzol and all the water. Well, we may not be able to do the water filling, but Then we could do the water filling on another stream, which would then turn it all into dirt. And then we would just go through and do the mud another time. So that would be 4 streams if I could do it all. I don't think I can terraform all of it in one stream. That's the thing. I think I could get to the beacon. Anything beyond that, you're looking pretty rough. But we can try. We could definitely try. That's for sure. Okay. Let's see. I don't even know. I remember how this happened. Okay. Like, I dropped a knife, tried to catch it, and it ended up slashing my arm, and they had to give me blood and stuff. Like, I almost died. Dang. I have caught a knife once with my foot. Thankfully, it was pretty dull. And all it did was just put like a little tiny hole in the top of it. And it barely missed like all the veins. And all the... Well, it didn't miss like all the nerves. I didn't get any nerve damage though. It didn't like go in. It just... It poked and then it jumped right out, which is great. That hurt. I actually have the knife with me. This guy. Just, you know, you drop it and, you know, this little sharp end hurts a little bit, but it's not sharp, you know, I could press on it. But when it's dropping at, you know, well, when it's dropping from my chest height, which is 5... I guess probably 5'8" at minimum. I don't know, I'm 6 foot. Somebody could probably tell you what I'm supposed... what this height would be. But yeah, that dropped in and touched my toe or foot, I guess. I don't know. I got like 8 stitches or something. Dang. Twitch chaos. What, knives? They don't care about knives. You can wave around a knife. As long as you don't threaten people with it, you're fine. They don't like guns though. Which I don't have a gun. Not a real one. But I have prop guns. Got plenty of those. I actually misplaced one. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it went. I don't know. One time I dropped a fork and it landed in my foot. Oof. Ouch. Average American behavior. Yeah. What can I say, man? I like myself some guns. That's all. Now, YouTube is kind of funny about guns, too. If the content isn't about guns or video games that contain guns, then they really hate it being on camera. But, you can still technically do it. YouTube is kind of weird with their rules, in my opinion. Twitch is kind of at least blanket statement, but YouTube has so many specific rules about specific pieces of content that it's like, it gets confusing. Especially for gaming. Because, like, for example, there was, like, this mature content thing, which really limited ad revenue for people who played mature games. And they didn't really ever disclose if people who were playing mature games had to use it, the mature content thing, because of the fact, like, let's say you're playing a horror game that has a lot of blood in it. It's realistic depictions of blood, but it's not violent content in the sense of somebody is like in an active fight, like let's say a bar fight caught on camera. That could be considered more mature content because it could get a little more violent, a little more bloody. But with video games, the line wasn't really drawn very clearly, and so a lot of people ended up like just saying like, I don't know if I can play this game on YouTube right now. I think they ended up clarifying it. I don't remember what they ended up deciding. I think it was based on each game in specific, which is like, oh wow, thank you so much. But as long as you clarified that it's a video game, then I think you didn't have to say it was mature content. I don't know. It was weird stuff. We're gonna actually terraform. I'm gonna try to get as much terraforming as we can done today. I also had a video idea, and I wanted to hear some of your guys' thoughts about it, because I mean, I've got a lot of videos that I need to work on right now anyway, so, like, not yet, but at some point. Because I was thinking a couple days ago, And then I got reminded of it today when I went back and saw how long Kit was alive for. I was thinking about it. I was like, hey, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do a video about what it's like to build for a certain amount of time straight in Minecraft. And so I was thinking about doing like a 12 hours of building in Minecraft, not necessarily in survival, but just even in creative. Like, that would be impressive, the things that you could build. And so my thought process right now is I might actually sit down and do like a very basic plan of like what I could do, and then maybe for our 12-hour stream when we hit 1,500, yeah, 1,500 followers on Twitch. Maybe what I'll do is possibly consider recording that video on that stream, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'm thinking that would be cool because we could use Axiom, we could use World Edit, and we could it would just be me. I wouldn't enlist any help from friends yet, but if that video did well, then I would be down to try to do another build on top of that. That would be like, or I would do another video on top of that if that video did well, and we could invite like one friend and then do one with 5 people. 5 people over the course of 12 hours. What could they build? You know, that would be crazy. Especially because you could build it all together. If you had one person just working on one thing each, not necessarily for the full 12 hours, you would do like rotation shifts and stuff to keep people engaged with what they're doing and keep them from getting too bored. But it's an idea I've got in my head, and I really want to try it. So I might utilize our next 12-hour stream for that. We'll see. I was riding my bike and thought it was a good idea to ride into a metal bar, and I was going like 19 miles per hour, and I don't know what happened after that. Jeez, dude. Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully you're okay now. I'm sure right after you were not okay, considering you don't remember. But hopefully you're okay now. One time I fell into a metal bar, teeth broke my lip as a kid. Dang. I've never been seriously physically injured, I don't think. I've had like some pretty nasty health issues occasionally. When I was a baby, I believe I was on a nebulizer for a little bit. So like that's a thing. Had a respiratory thingy. But yeah, you know, I've been very careful, and now that I know how fragile my body could be, I'm very, very, very careful. Let's see. It says 1.5K on Twitch right now. Is it just rounding? Yeah, it's rounding up. I'm at 1460, I think. Hang on. I'll tell you. I will tell you here in a second. Yeah, I'm at 1,460 followers on Twitch. Okay. Sounds cool. I'm glad you think so. I'm gonna consider it. I'll look into it, see what my options are. I might want to learn a little bit more about Axiom before we run into it, but I would love it. I think it would be a cool video idea, because you could do it not necessarily in like 100 days format, but I might even do it like that, where it's like in hour 1 we laid out this, in hour 2 we did that, and you know, cover some of the better moments of the building. But I don't know. We'll see. I would like to try to do something like that, though. I think it would be cool. And then, of course, you know, there's plenty of other ideas that we could do with 12 hours. Today I invited my friends to build for 12 hours. Yeah, I mean, could you imagine? That would actually be insane to ask somebody to build for that long. But I think if I paid them, and if I also told them that they could stream it, Like, they don't even have to hide the results of what they build. They just have to build. And then it all goes into a video later. I might be able to get some willing participants. I don't know. Let me see if I have, like, any other blocks that I just don't really need a lot of. You know what? I think I have a bunch of diorite. I do. Let's take, like, this and this. Okay. Let's see. By 20 miles per hour. Wouldn't it surprise me? You can go pretty fast on a bike. A lot of people don't realize just how fast you can go. Bikes are kind of crazy. I'm pretty sure you can turn diorite into moss. I'm like 99% sure you can. I should probably test that here in a second. Let me like get a little bit of a splotch put down and we'll see. Let's see. Quads go faster. I went 30. Well, that's true. Quads can go a lot faster than a bicycle. Although you drop them both out of a plane and they hit critical speed, I mean I guess they kind of both can go the same speed at that point, right? Let's see. You need such a good plan on what to build. Yeah, I don't know actually what I would even try to build because that would be hard. That'd be really hard because for that much time, you need something that has enough pieces that you're not going to get bored working on it. Like, you need, ideally, probably several different styles. So you need, like, buildings, you need probably trees and terraforming. Just in general, because that way it keeps it all very interesting and engaging. Because if all you're doing the entire time is just working on like a massive city, you're gonna get bored very, very, very quickly, and it's just gonna exhaust you. Although I would be so down to try to do it for like just building New York in 12 hours. Could you imagine having like, I don't know, 10 Minecrafters build New York in 12 hours? That would be kind of crazy. You wouldn't be able to go all the way, but I think if you copy-pasted enough different types of buildings, got all the main ones custom built, you might be able to go somewhere with it. I don't know. Some people would probably freak out at that idea, but I'm kind of intrigued by it. Big one would just be people trying to go, okay, we need to build this, we need to build that. We should also try to build this. You know, so many different ideas there that would be really tough. 50 miners build area 51. 50 miners build area 51 in 72 hours. That'd be crazy. Let's see. I've returned from the grave. Welcome back, Nightfall. How's it going? Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Hope death treated you well. Nah, you're good though, seriously. Also, thank you so much for subscribing. Crazy. 11 months in a row. Wow. Sure hope no one makes a plane. Yeah, we all know how that would turn out, right? Miners. Boop. Let's see. I was fine just by bleeding out, maybe enough to give a 4-year-old, and I was like 7. Oof. I'm glad you're fine now. That's good. water. Ready or Not comes out tomorrow. Is Ready or Not looking good? I've not actually seen much about it. I mean, I've seen a little bit, but not much. Tyler, I would not recommend sharing your age online, just for safety reasons. But I'm glad you've made it a little bit past the incident. That's good. Can't wait to be the best, worst SWAT officer ever. Oh boy, I can only imagine the things you're gonna do. I can only imagine. Okay. We have finished digging up this spot, but first, before we do that, I need to check to see if diorite can be consumed by moss. And if it can, then we'll keep going. This is just very important, that's all. Okay, it can, good. I have hiccups. Ow. Fine. We good? Okay. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna call my friend. I'll try to catch you another time. Alright, sounds good. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. It was good seeing you again. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And we'll catch you another time, I'm sure. Everything that moves, that means civilians too. Hey, hey, hi. Oh, hi. What's up? What's up, Swifto? What you thinking? Or do you do that anymore? What does that mean? I forget. I'm like 99% sure I know what one of those words is, but I suddenly can't even remember. Oop. I can play. If you'd like to play, it's in the pinned comment, or you can do !IP in the chat, and you can join. But please keep it English only, please. English solo, por favor. So, yes, English solo, por favor. That's, I think that's right. I don't know. I learned a little bit of Spanish from my time for moderating, you know, it's fun. Real and his friend were in a speedrun competition. Nice. They lost, but they tried, made it to top final 5 or 6 teams. Dang, okay. That's pretty impressive, really. That's awesome. It's the Razzler Swaftu. Thing is lame, I just do now. You know, you have fully reached a state of being a man. The lack of thinking, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. I'm just a man who's trying to go home. Love ourselves some epic. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're chilling. Okay, so I'm gonna catch you guys up to speed here in a second. I just want to show you guys what we've done so far and then where we're gonna be going with it. Next music stream, you want me to do Just a Man? You have to perform an epic song. That's like the only one I know well enough to probably perform. But I'll see what I can do. Just a Man is heavily relatable to me, just in general. That's kind of pretty. That right there. Actually, like... There we go. Oh, you don't have a wife, a son or wife? I don't even need a son or wife. You're not fighting for your life. We're all fighting for our life in this lovely little game. Also ironically called life. You aren't about to drop an infant. from a cliff. You think you know me, Swiftu? You think you know me? Come on, dude. You don't think I'm about to drop an infant from a cliff? I don't know what you're on about. Okay. Anyway. So, this is where we're at with things so far. We're just gonna actually build out as far as we can today's stream. And then, like, I'm thinking... Today's stream's probably gonna be 4 hours at most. We're an hour and a half in. But, we're gonna try to get this kind of up towards the beacon at minimum. We're gonna lock in, hopefully, and just keep going. And then, you know, whatever happens, happens. I'm thinking this is gonna be good, hopefully. If not, then oh well, you know, what can I do? But that's what we're gonna do today's stream, hopefully, is just all this terraforming. And then on Friday, when we come back, what I'm thinking is we'll probably end up... I'm thinking we'll probably end up coming back through, mossing everything, and then we're going to go through and we're going to podzol everything with the spruce trees. And then we're going to go through and we're going to till it all with our hose. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to flood it all on another stream, which would probably be on Monday, which would be the 21st, so next week. And once it's all flooded, we can go back through on Friday, and we can, I'm going to turn it all into mud. And that should have us all pretty well covered. The very next stream after that would be about turning it all green. So going through with little patches of moss and that, the mossy cobble. And then also going through with some seagrass. Hopefully that will all look good. I don't know. We'll see. But, you know, overall, I'm kind of excited about the build. It's turning out pretty okay, I think. But, like, at this current moment, you're not holding a child about to eat it off a tower. I basically have a wife. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know... Again, you guys have no clue. I could secretly, you know... I could be just playing a character for all you know. Lee, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. I do remember you, yes. I remember you from last night. Alright. So I'm thinking... It's gonna have to start snaking a little bit because this side is starting to shrink down too far and that side's starting to get too high. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like snake it a little bit. So we're gonna go... This side will come out just a little bit farther. Like so. And then it'll go in a little bit. Probably like that. Kind of what I'm thinking. There we go. I wish I had a PC. I'd play Bedrock Edition. You can play on this server on Bedrock. It just depends on what device you're using. But we do have a way for you to play. Even on consoles like Xbox or PlayStation, you can still join on them. It's a little tricky at times, but we've got some methods available to us now that kind of allow you to get on still, which is awesome. Okay, rip up all that. Fun. Okay. Like so. The Watergate tapes. That's not the tapes I thought you were talking about at first, and I was like, oh no, not this. Okay. Yeah, Watergate. Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, I deleted the Watergate tapes. I'm sorry, guys. My bad. The Battle of Malevolent Creek will forever be in history. Malevolent Creek. Malevolent Creek. You might have to refresh my mind. I'm not 100% certain what you're referring to there. Yeah, those are the ones I thought you were referring to at first, Swiftu. I was like, oh no. Helldivers 2. Oh, okay, I got you. I need to play Helldivers. I have it. I actually have it. And I've never streamed it. But it's such a good game. I've played it off stream a couple of times, and I probably will only ever get to play off stream. But I'm not gonna say never. But it's a really cool game. I love it. I just haven't had time to play in forever, sadly. Democracy, liberty for Super Earth. Yes. Okay, I deleted that. Oh, that was you? Okay. Gotcha. Like that. Pull this out here. Just remember that school starts back August 4th. Dang. That soon? That's kind of crazy. What the heck? I'm going to get 7 new teachers. 7? Wow. Dude, actually. Crazy stuff going on at your school, isn't it? Oh, I'm kind of off here. Hang on. Something like that. There we go. I can't wait to fill out 7 about me pages. Just copy paste, copy paste. That's all you gotta do. Go, and then the law just passed finally banning cell phones from being on your person. So like, it's like you're not gonna be able to have a phone like in your pocket during school hours. Dang. So like, you have to keep it in your locker if you have one, essentially. That's kind of crazy. I get it to some degree, but at the same time, I feel like that's not even like bottom of backpack. They don't even want it in your backpack. It has to be in the locker or the car. Huh. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, I get it to a certain degree. But at the same time, there are so many better ways to do it. It should be that you can't have it on your physical person, but you can have it in a backpack. You can have it in your locker, in the car, or in your backpack. But you can't. You gotta actually go dig for it. Is the rule, because. But that's the thing. It's hard to enforce. That's probably why. Is it's easier to enforce the rule if everybody is. If they see you with your phone, they say make sure to put that in your locker or put that in your car. But it's like, still, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that rule. I know it's in an attempt to help keep kids engaged with what's in front of them rather than what's on their phone, but it is not the play here, that's for sure. She was born 1944. 1944, wow. That's insane, actually. Like, the fact that she's still alive. The things that she's seen have to be kind of crazy. She lived through the Cold War, Vietnam, World War II, Pearl Harbor. I read a lot of that out of order. Yeah, I mean, she was just a kid when World War II was wrapping up, I guess. So she may not necessarily remember it, but she definitely survived all of that, which is kind of crazy. Pearl Harbor was 1941, though. Oh, yeah. Okay. Googler it. You're good though. I mean, like, your point still stands. She old. Like, very old. I don't know how close he is, but somebody's out there. I don't know. Anyway. Let's see. She's been in office since 2017. This is her last cycle, then she's gone. If she makes it that long. Yeah, that is a very real concern. At that age, like, the stress of her job could kill her, realistically. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. Like, that's a genuine concern. She could have a heart attack. That is mildly terrifying. Okay. How old is she? If it's 1944... hang on. 1944 minus 2025. That is 81. She's 80. Okay, so her birthday's later in the year, but still crazy age. Almost as old as King. Okay, Coral. You didn't have to say that. She endorsed the bill. Yeah. I don't know. She's old. It's crazy though. Going to the state capital soon, so I might see her. Don't tell her she's old. Just please don't tell her she's old. And don't tell her I said that she's old, okay? There's a chance that her, like, great-grandkids watch me. Isn't that crazy? That would be funny. Let's see. Okay. We're back to calling me old. Gotcha. She has been divorced twice. That's interesting information. Don't know what to do with it, but it is interesting nonetheless. End of their bloodline, end of her bloodline, any brothers, sisters? I'm sure there's got to be at least a few. With when she was born, people were having babies left, right, and center, so I'm sure she's got plenty of siblings. Something about wars ending and all that, you know. People love having babies around the end of a war. I wonder why. Nope, she is an only child. Really? Huh. How? Wow. That's actually kind of shocking, I'm not gonna lie. My grandma has a friend, and I am as tall as her. Dang. You're still growing, so you've got some time. Before long, all the old ladies are gonna be looking up to you. Not sure if that's a flex that you want or anything, but it will be one, I guess. Her father was an officer in World War II. He was busy. That's true. Did her dad, like, die in the war? I just find it crazy that they didn't have any more kids when he got back. If he didn't get back, I don't know. That would at least explain it. Nope. Huh. Interesting. How did... He may have just been that traumatized. Who knows? War crimes committed. Dang. Bro's asking the real questions. Autocorrect. Ah, fair enough. Autocorrect does kind of mess up a lot of my messages too. Okay. I'm gonna water. Okay. I mean, does that surprise you? Most people born in the 40s are. Let's see. Okay, let's do like that. But for my state, not shocking. Well, that too, yeah. I was just going for the age card in all honesty, but you know, yeah, your state, that doesn't surprise me at all. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, I didn't get to tell you guys because it was yesterday that I saw it. I have a spider, or I had a spider in my room. I stomped on it, half of it, and the other half got away. The war has begun again. I am killing spiders in my free time a lot. So, you know, it's a thing. Killed a few of them. Ragwe must destroy the automatons for Super Earth. For Super Earth, yes. I didn't know that was legal. Teachers can bring guns to school to protect students. Huh? Yeah, in certain states they can. Some states have passed a law that you can, if you're a teacher, you can bring a gun. You have to get like certain certifications if I'm not mistaken, but you can bring a gun to the school if as a teacher, because the thought process would be if you bring it, then you're intending to protect student life. And so you're a first line of defense if police can't be there in time. Or if something happens within the school, you know, a teacher is their first line of defense. Because if I'm not mistaken, most of the time when there's police at the school, it's usually outside. So they can't usually get to where the threat is immediately. It's a good deterrent. If you know there's a teacher that may have a gun, you're probably not likely to go in there and mess with them. And by mess with them, I mean something a lot more dark than just you know, trashing their office or whatever, you know. It's like, no, you're schools schools are scary. There's a lot there, and there's not a perfect solution. I will say I'm much more a fan of teachers being able to have a gun, because if you're saying a teacher is qualified to teach my kid, they should also be able to be responsible enough with their gun that it won't be an issue at all. If you're doing a good enough background check on the teachers who are teaching my kids, then I'm not concerned about them having weapons. Because I know at the end of the day, bad people are going to bring weapons into the school no matter what you do. So how do you protect from that inevitability? That's one way. It's at least a solution. It's better than no solution, that's for sure. Let's see. Gotta do that. There we go. Oh, can't see. Go. Okay, we need to run to my bed, and then we need to go find some sugarcane. Let's see. I really don't like this woman. Fair enough. That is fair. You know, the amount of times it's playing broken clocks makes me think that the game might be broken. Water now. I'm actually out of water, so I'll have to go get some more here in a second. Give me just a little bit. Okay. I don't want to forget what I'm doing right now, so I'm gonna refill my rocket box and then I'll drink. And I'll go get some water because we're out. Well, now we're out. That was like a small little droplet though, so I don't know if we can count that. Okay. Is this Broken Clocks? Yeah, it is. Okay, I was like, suddenly I couldn't remember if it was O's Piano or Broken Clocks. I do like this song though. Like I said, it's a good callback to, is it Pig Step? I think it plays the Pig Step motif a little bit, which is like really interesting. I thought it was a pretty good track in all honesty. I forgot I have all these cats. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sugarcane. Got quite a lot, really. And then we've got, like, a little gunpowder. Not a ton. Okay. Take that as well. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we'll do like some of this paper here. There's a new person next here, but they only one of the candidates has a wiki page. We are so cooked. Next year is when you're supposed to get a new person. I mean, you may still get a decent option. thing is, you know, just about how it just depends on how long it takes for them to actually get their campaign going. With the state you live in, unfortunately, I just don't foresee it. I don't foresee any candidates that, like, would be more center, you know, center of the line politics. I don't see that ever happening really with that state, but you know, I'm not against anyone's approach necessarily. I mean, I have no stake in the game with your state, so it's not my state. But you know, I think both parties within the US have a lot of flaws to them. I don't think parties really are a good thing necessarily. Like, they're good to help kind of get you a general idea of what somebody is. But ultimately, when your loyalty lies to the party and not what you actually believe in, it starts to become an issue. And that's where my problems lie with the party systems. Because your loyalty should not lie to what party you belong to, but to you doing the right thing. And both parties are full of corruption and a whole load of garbage where it's all about whatever their agenda is and that they agree on has to be within each bill and such. And it's like, you know, that's not why you're a party. You're supposed to be a party because you think this is actually helping people. But instead, you're so selfish and you want to fund your own twisted ideas of what everything should be. And that's true about both parties. I'm not just saying about one. Both of them are awful. And you can fight me on that. I'll criticize my party, I'll criticize your party. Like, gosh. Three, try to stay away from politics. I did try. You kind of brought it up, though, okay? That's you. That's you, dude. And I don't have to follow my own rules. I don't ever keep it family friendly. What do you mean? What do you mean? That's not a thing? I could have sworn that was a thing. You can't drink water to, like, put yourself out? Why is that not a thing? Like, wait, honestly. Okay. King, that makes no sense. What, drinking water not putting you out? Imagine you on fire. Okay, when has Minecraft ever actually followed real life logic? Let's be real here. This is just one of those things that makes sense for Minecraft's in-game mechanics. I mean, drinking a bucket of milk doesn't remove poison from you, you know? Like, but in Minecraft, drinking a bucket of milk removes status effects, so why not make it so that if you drink water, it removes fire? I'm just saying, it makes perfect sense. Hello, Ellently. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. They probably do it because of the nether. They don't want you to be able to extinguish yourself in the nether or whatever, but I think that's a whole load of baloney. I'll be real. Because, like, now we have powdered snow, so, like, you just put yourself out with powdered snow even. So it's like, I don't see why they don't just do it. Doing great. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. We are working on the river. We're taking a new approach because the river that we worked on back on Friday, you can't really see well from the top side. So we're just going to go ahead and terraform it all in stone. And then we're going to go through and spread out the moss. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to grow spruce trees on it to make it all into podzol. Then I'm going to take my hoe and I'm going to till all the podzol into dirt. And then I'm going to flood it all with water. And I'm going to go through with this bottle and I'm going to go one by one and change each of the pieces of dirt into mud. Which is actually going to be really quick. That won't take me like any time at all. But it is a big process, that's for sure. With a bottle. As far as I'm aware, there's not a faster way to make mud, is there? Let me see. Mud. Post-generation. You can get it from post-gen. Using a water bottle on dirt, coarse dirt, or rooted dirt transforms it into mud. This process can be automated using a dispenser. I could turn it like I could make a mud farm technically, but that would be a pain in my butt. I'm not doing that. Gosh. It is renewable, though. It is renewable. I love that dirt is renewable now, like, seriously. And I love, oh my goodness, there's actually, like, a list on Wiki about all of the renewable resources. I might make a video about that. That's interesting. I'm leaving that tab open. Okay. Sweet. We're good. We're chilling. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Next up is we're just trying to get to the beacon first. If we can get to the beacon, then I think we'll probably be good for the night, but if we could get beyond the beacon even, I'd be down for that. Like honestly, if we could do the entire build, I would. We're not going to be able to do the entire build, though. But I'll do as much terraforming with the stone as I can today. And then next stream, or not next stream, but next, well, we could do next stream. I don't know. I'll be real with you guys. I don't know what I'm doing with Twitch SMP. And I don't know what to say about that. Like, I'm not burnt out with it. It's just like, I have more fun with King SMP. And I have more fun with Stardew Valley. But I also want to finish my base on Twitch SMP. But, you know, I could do so much more work on King SMP or on Stardew Valley if I would just not play Twitch SMP. And so, like, you know, there's a lot of thought there. Like, I don't want to leave the server yet. I want to stick through at least the full end of this season. But at the same time, I don't know, it's tough. There's a lot of things I could be doing, and I know Twitch SMP isn't necessarily serving the purposes I need it to. I mean, I was talking to you guys earlier. There's a video idea I've got right now, and I'm thinking I'm going to do it for our next 12-hour stream. So in 40 more followers on Twitch, I'm thinking about doing a 12-hour building stream. Like, I will download Axiom and World Edit on my on a modded instance, and I'm just going to build for 12 hours straight. And then I'm going to turn that into a video. And then I'd like to do that again for another 12-hour stream and try to get a couple of friends to do it with me. But I don't know if I can. That's the scary thing. I don't know if I can get enough people that would be willing to sit there for 12 hours and do it. But I'm kind of intrigued to try. 12 hours straight seems intense. It definitely is. I don't know how in the world we're going to do it necessarily. But I'm just going to plan like a huge project that's so stupid and just go for it. Because I want it to be all in one build just to show people what they could do if they took 12 hours to build in Minecraft. And I mean, like, I'm not like great by any means, especially with the extended tools. Like I don't know the ins and outs of Axiom. I know a little bit more about World Edit, but I don't know a ton about Axiom. But I'm thinking if I could build for 12 hours straight just to see what happens, it'd be kind of interesting. So we'll see. We will see. That'd be a cool idea, though. I think so. Roblox or Minecraft? I prefer Minecraft. But no shade to anyone who enjoys Roblox. That's fair. You know, you do you. I need to see if there's any more updates for plugins on the server. Maybe I'll do that after stream as well. Has anyone in my chat seen the movie K-Pop Demon Hunters? No spoilers. I just want to know, is it good? Because I've been told by a lot of people I gotta watch it. And I'll watch it. I will watch it. But I need to know. I need to know. Is it actually as good as people are saying? I got so many friends in Roblox than I get from Minecraft. I've made more friends from Minecraft personally, but I only played Roblox once. It's good, very good. Is it good? I need to know too. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one in this boat. So it's very good. Is there like any elaboration you mind providing by chance, Coral? Like, what makes it so good, if you don't mind me asking? Like, is there, without any spoilers, of course. Like, that's the hard thing, I know. But I don't know. A lot of people have just said it's good, and like, I don't understand necessarily. Hello. I mean, like I said, I've not watched it. I'm going to. I've seen, like, I've listened to one of the songs, and it was actually kind of a banger. I don't really love K-pop anyway, but it was kind of a good song. But the premise is just kind of strange to me. And I don't know. I mean, I'm intrigued, obviously. I mean, it's a very bold premise to go with. But you know, it was apparently it's really good. I don't know. What song was it? I think it was Golden. I don't remember. I don't know. It had like 44 million views on YouTube, I think. I say that probably doesn't matter today. It's probably at like 80 million now. The movie is like absolutely blowing up all over the internet right now. So it's probably doubled since last time I looked, but I don't know. Okay. We're gonna get to the beacon today. That is what we're gonna do. Okay, yep. I don't know why I didn't fly. I would have gotten a little farther if I flew. Okay, I'm just trying to think what's the best way to do this. Probably... Okay, so from this point of view, this side's really low compared to that side. So what I'm thinking is we need to swing it back over that way a little bit closer to this side so that this side has more room to bulk up. So I'm just gonna kind of go forward a little bit. I'm gonna go right. Maybe not necessarily super right, but just a little. Kind of gets us back on track a little bit as well, which is nice. Okay. was thinking by putting that right in the middle, because now I have to kind of try to figure out how to hollow this out a little bit more. But I'll figure it out. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Yep. And over here. Let's do... guess like that. Yeah. Okay. That. That's right there. Okay. And then over on this side, we do that. I don't know if I'm making any sense at all. I have ice cream. I'm so sorry. That's like the most random thing to remember, but I have ice cream. Oh my goodness. I should go... Okay. Okay, guys. Okay. Okay. Idea. Okay? I'm gonna watch the movie tonight, and I'm gonna eat ice cream. And depending on when I end stream, which is probably gonna be in like an hour or so, if I can get to the beacon, ideally, then I might be able to even get a little extra work done tonight. I don't think I could finish my day in the life video, but I could get maybe a little closer. The ice cream will give me a little extra sugar, which will help, I think. Although, no, it's usually blood pressure that's the issue for me, so blood sugar isn't gonna, like, help necessarily. Although my blood sugar does drop sometimes, too. Although it has peanut butter in the ice cream, so it's like, it would have some sodium content to it, so it'd be like, it might spike my pressure just a little bit. Okay, I could definitely stay up tonight. Like, not late, but till 2 a.m. easy. I usually stay up till 2 a.m. anyway. We might get some work done. Okay. We gotta make it to that beacon as soon as possible. That's the stopping point, okay, peeps? I'm sorry, but I'm excited. I have motivation. I have a newfound joy in life, and that's ice cream. And I say it's newfound. I've known it since I was a wee little lad. But we're gonna pretend I didn't, because I really need it right now. I do that. There we go. Ice cream is always the best thing for real, dude. What's y'all's favorite ice cream flavor? What ice creams do y'all like? If any. Some of you... Coral, for some reason I want to say you can't have ice cream. And, you know... I don't know why, but I feel like that was a topic at one point. Maybe it wasn't. I may be thinking of Nightfall not being able to have milkshakes. I could still be thinking of Coral not being able to eat ice cream, though. I don't know. Two very different people, but two people nonetheless. That always motivates me. Respect. Cookies and cream is my go-to. Ooh, cookies and cream is good. Okay. I'm a sucker for mint chocolate chip, but cookies and cream is pretty good. I also like, chocolate, vanilla. Dude, I just like ice cream, you know? You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Or literally anything with cookies. Fair enough. Rainbow sherbet is a good one too. Honestly, just ice cream. Okay, I respect it, because I literally was thinking the same thing. Ice cream is just good. I'm trying to think if there's any ice cream flavors I just straight up will not eat. I mean, I like coffee ice cream as well. That's a really good flavor is coffee. I can't think of any that I don't like. mean, I don't get too exploratory with my ice cream flavors necessarily. Once I find a flavor I like, I'm usually stuck with that one just because I'm a sucker for what I know, you know? It's hard to beat something that you already deem comfortable. So I just usually stick with what I know, but there's a lot of good flavors out there. I like peanut butter flavors as well. Although I don't really ever get peanut butter flavors. Moose Tracks is a good ice cream. That's a good one. Ah, oh, man. Ice cream. Just, like, hear me out, guys, okay? Hear me out. Ice cream, okay? It's all we need to worry about. That's all. Gosh. Hey, King A Flames, how's it going? Welcome on in. Honestly, I might need to go grab it and thaw it out before long. Although I may just grab it right as I end stream, because I won't watch the movie right away. What I'm gonna end up doing is I'll grab the ice cream. I'll sit down, I'll quickly grind out a thumbnail for this VOD, post that, download the VOD, post it as well. And then I could try to get some editing done before the movie if the ice cream hasn't thawed enough. I don't know. My ice cream gets pretty hard, so I gotta be careful. Hello, Flames. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay. We're gonna make so quick of this progress, honestly. I may actually owe you guys a couple more hours, or actually an extra hour. I mean, I said I want to make it to the beacon. That's the big one. But if I make it to the beacon before 3 hours, then we're going till 3 hours. You know, that's just the rule that I set for myself. This is a big river, really. Kind of nice. Okay. I do want to try to light up everything if we can, just to help keep mob rates fine wherever we go. I don't want other people's mob farms to suffer because of my unprofessional mob farm underneath the underneath my river, you know. I've got a lot of spaces where mobs are just spawning like no man's business, and I realize it's a problem. And they will still be spawning because I am out of materials for that. Oh well. Gunpowder. Okay. I saw diamonds for a second. I got really excited and I was really confused, but it was just my anti-X-ray thingy. We're chill. We're fine. Okay. Gotta draw this side out a little bit more like so. Try to do that, yeah. And up here, this side will kind of go out a little bit as well. My eye is twitching just a little. That's not great. I'm apparently losing my voice now as well. Can we get back to normal, please? Please? Okay. So my quiet voice is starting to die already. That's fantastic. I don't know what's wrong with me, honestly. Like, I haven't been talking that much off stream either. Like, I've been saving all my words for stream, actually. Purely because I knew that I I've been losing my voice a lot on stream, so I have to preserve my voice for when I'm actually doing stream. So I don't know. I might have to actually do vocal warm-ups. That sounds so cringe. Like, actually? Oh yeah, I do vocal warm-ups for every stream. That's so weird. But I mean, I might have to. I don't know. Genuinely, I'm confused. Because it is getting... My vocal cords are getting ripped up, I guess. Oh, okay, I fell. That's fine. Alright, let's grab some more diorite. Because we need it. I at least found a use for my diorite. That's nice. Andesite is a better block anyway. By far. Okay. Although I don't get to use andesite, like, hardly ever. Which is kind of the disappointing thing. I forgot to get water! Ah, okay. Let me go grab some water really quick. That might help me a little bit as well. So, like, give me like a minute or two, and I'll be right back. In the meantime, appreciate the view, I guess. We're doing pretty good. See you guys here in a second. Back. How's it going? Here's your hydrate from earlier, by the way. No clue if Mountain is still here, but I owed that a little bit. Alright, what we got? So, we are currently working on my river, so if you guys are just now popping in, you guys can see. Earlier, we did this, like, on Friday, and it just didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. So, well, it did turn out the way I wanted it to. It looked cool from without the water, but with the water, you can't see anything in there. So we decided to scale back in favor of getting the project done sooner. So what we're going to end up needing to do is, well, what we're doing right now. So we're terraforming it all on stone. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the moss, and I'm going to bone meal it all across the entire area. Every single block is going to be moss. Then I'm going to go through and I'm going to plant spruce trees. And those spruce trees, when they are bone mealed and grown up into mega spruce trees, produce all of this podzol. And it covers up all the moss. And then if you till the podzol, it will turn into dirt. And then all I got to do when it's all tilled is I just got to turn it all to dirt. Once it's all dirt, well, I may even not wait for it to turn to dirt. I'll just run the water over top of it and it'll turn to dirt. But we need to fill in all this area 1 block above the surface. And then we're going to fill in all the water. So that it's all at water height. I'm going to drop all the blocks out from underneath it so that it's all flooded. I'm going to get water breathing potions or a conduit or something of that nature. And I'm going to bring 1 lonely water bottle. And I'm going to fill it with water, and I'm going to place it on the dirt. And then go to the next one, fill it with water, place it on the dirt. Until every single dirt block is turned into mud. Then I'm going to go through, I'm going to do patches of moss if I didn't already leave some. I may just actually leave them based on where the spruce trees don't fill in. And that'll be a good enough way to do it. And then, of course, we'll go back through and do seagrass. And hopefully that'll be everything. Hopefully. So far, though, it's turning out pretty good. This is what we've got so far. This is what we've done today. And I think it's actually looking pretty good. We're going to try to make it to the beacon today. We've got another 30 minutes at minimum on stream. So that's... I promised at least 3 hours, but we're going to make it to the beacon. So whichever one happens last, which will probably be the beacon at this current rate. Although I am pretty close to the beacon. And I'm motivated because I'm going to have ice cream after stream. So, you know, I'm pretty excited. Alright, so let's get back down there. We need to finish filling in that little subsection there. And then we'll just go ahead and dig the path all the way to the beacon and try to rush it as fast as we can. I want to get as far and as fast as we can do this because the more work I get done on here, the better. Because if I get extra work done this month... Son of a nutcracker, dude. Where are you? Where are you? What the heck? He scared me. What is that? What would that be under? That's not UI sounds. Breeze, wind ball, wind charge. Gonna turn those all down really quick. Holy cow, that was loud. Okay. I can't believe I said son of a nutcracker. That's funny. Like, I knew it was, I know where it's from. That's from Elf, the movie, but... starring Will Ferrell, of course. But I don't know why that's what came to mind. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna just try to get as much work done as humanly possible if we can. And I'm hoping, I don't know if we will, but I'm hoping that if we get the river done before the end of July, that'll give me a little extra time so that we can work on other projects. So I may take the time to work on the exterior of the river because we still actually have some work to do on it, technically. We'll have some cliffs to do, we'll have some greenery. I kind of want to redo some of the trees because they're all kind of torn up and not looking perfect. I also need to add a bridge here, and I kind of wanted to do a bridge here as well, but I might not. Probably won't, just due to the fact that, well, I could. It could be like a drawbridge, maybe. I don't know. A drawbridge would look kind of weird out here, but it's got to be big enough. It's either got to be tall enough to fit with that one, or it's got to be a drawbridge so that it doesn't interfere with boats. I don't know. We'll look into some options there. But essentially, you know, I've got a couple of projects there, or I could just come out this way and finish working on some of these trees. Or even go back up there and start working on those trees. Because I'm thinking for August, I want to retackle the volcano and try to polish it up a little bit. Give it a little bit more love. So, the sooner I get this project done, the more time I have to work on those other things. That's my thought, anyway. Okay. Well, that's not quite what I need. I need to put it right on this level, I guess. Yeah. Let's do that. And then just gonna go over like this. And go over that. Do we want to stop at the beacon or do we want to go through the beacon? I'm gonna say we stop under the beacon, like right at the middle point. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be where the beacon is. Okay. That scares me every time. That sound is very loud, actually. I actually don't know where the guy is that keeps throwing them. I don't know. Okay, anyway. We now have a path dug out there. But we just gotta keep expanding the path a little bit, so... see what we can do. I know I can at least do 3 wide. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, this side is pretty flat, all things considered. Ah, invisibility, see. I guess the middle isn't technically under the middle either, it's just kind of close to the middle. I don't know. Can't see your hitbox, dang it. And you're right there, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know much else outside of that. Let's see. Okay. This is almost good. We just need to like add a couple more curves into it because it's a little flat in some places, so it needs to be a little wider. So, I'll kind of give it a little extra shape that we were looking for, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Much better. I just gotta fill in the little holes here. Here as well. Sent you a great screenshot. Oh boy. Oh no. What are you doing? What are you doing? No. You're just like me. No. Oh boy, Gus. Oh. Okay. That's mildly terrifying. Oh boy. Okay. This project has taken hours. I'm scared of what you're doing. What project is this? I told you what I was doing. Is this the thing you're telling me in... Oh, wait. Okay. I gotcha. Yup. Yeah, I know what you're doing. Dear Lord, dude. I don't envy you at all. I'll be done eventually. Eventually, yeah. You'll get there. You'll get there. Are you at least having fun? Are you guys playing on SMP? Yes, this is a viewer joinable SMP. If you'd like to join it, you can do !IP in the chat, and it will get you all the information you need. It's also pinned in the top comment, or the top chat message of this video. Or stream, sorry. It is fun. Alright, but let me take a look what you sent me. That's good. I'm glad. They were subscribing. I appreciate it, JJ. IP. !IP. Like that. Go. There we go. Break that one as well. Okay, I did update that. I was going to say, does that still say 1.21.5? But no, we're on 7. We're good. We're chill. We're fine. Somebody used the trident. I'm telling you. I don't know. Hi. Bro zooming away, jeez. This is big. This is really, really, really big. But it's fun. I'm enjoying this. Let's push out this a little bit. Like that. There we go. Draw that in a little bit. There we go. How are we looking there? That's not terrible. Alright, we're actually gonna finish this side up pretty quickly. If I actually locked in, I think I'd be able to finish all of this build tonight, technically. Not the whole build, but like the actual building portion of it, where I'm placing blocks like this. I could probably finish this tonight, like no problem. But I'm really tired. I was already up late last night, and I don't think I need to be up late tonight doing this. As much fun as it would be to take inspiration from some of my favorite streamers who have done that, I don't know if that's a good idea. Are you guys playing on Java? I am playing on Java, but this server does support Bedrock as well. So if you would like to play on Bedrock Edition, you are welcome to. That. Bruh, okay. Here we go. Another level. We've definitely found the rhythm for this, which is good. And it doesn't really take me much time to do this method either. Now, placing all the mud might take some time, but that's okay. We're kind of getting a little dangerous on how shallow it's getting. Or I guess it's actually getting really deep now I'm just thinking about it, but that's okay. Drag it out now a little bit. Drag it out again. Go out a little bit more. Oh, okay. There we go. And then this last piece over here, which actually probably doesn't even really need out that far, just like that. Alright, let's fill this all in. And then we can, hopefully, I'm hoping we can do the other side just as fast, because this is moving along good enough that I think I can keep up the pace I'm on. Okay. And right here. Also, I need to check something. The Minecraft music, okay, it is still set to constant. I was gonna say, I couldn't remember if I turned it down or not. We're good though. We're fine. I do love that option though, seriously, it's so helpful for me. Having the ability to just stream without having to worry about another music provider is like beautiful. And then you guys get visual credit for every time whoever's playing, because I mean, you guys will be able to see what song pops up in the top left of the screen if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, you won't be able to see, but that's okay. I can always tell you guys too, because I can pause and show wet hands there. Okay. This is actually a good use of my die rate, at least. I think I've said that before, but I mean it. Okay. trying to think. We've got just one more layer on this side, and that side will probably take us about 30 minutes. Okay, yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Mental math. Mental time math. It's all theoretical. And it's usually wrong, but I'm just trying to figure out, you know, what all I gotta plan to do and how much time we have to do it all. Boop, boop. Okay. I've been trying to get a lot more work done lately, and I've been doing a pretty decent job. There's still a lot to get done that I haven't gotten done yet, but we're starting to move along, which feels good. Just trying to get little bits and pieces here and there if I can. I guess I could have used the dirt as well, but it's okay. Thing is locking in. I'm locking in. I'm locking in. I say that as I intend to watch a movie tonight, but I'm locking in. Total. I mean, I guess I've locked in most of today. I mean, I didn't do a ton today, but the theoretical stuff I did today is nice. I want to sleep? That's so fair, dude. I was up till 5 in the morning last night. And I ended up sleeping a lot longer than what I wanted to as well, so tonight I'm hoping to go to bed by 2 a.m. again. Like, I just want to go back to my sleep schedule. That's all I need. Okay. There we go. That'll do us a little bit of favors. Okay, can you, like, there we go. And I need to sleep. It's too dark. Oh, okay. Oh man, this is actually looking pretty good. I mean, is it perfect? By no means. But it's pretty decent. It is pretty decent. I'll take it. Hold on. That. And then we can do this. If I could finish this, I could maybe sleep. How much longer do you think it's gonna take you? An hour? That's not awful. That isn't terrible. That is still, like, not great, but that isn't terrible. Okay. Like that. Come on. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, like, just add, like, a little dip there. Okay. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Almost done. There's one. This side actually has quite a lot more going on up here. I gotta figure out how in the world to figure that out, but it will help. The way I'm doing this will hopefully help me gain a little extra space because I'm flattening it out and removing some layers, so it should sort of help. Just a little. Okay. I could even do some of this off stream, but I really want to work on the trees off stream if I'm gonna do anything, because I've been doing those trees for months. So I mean, I've been doing the spruce trees for almost a year. If I'm gonna do any offline grinding, it's gonna be those trees probably. This so far hasn't been too bad. And the hardest invincible edit ever. Hey, nice. Oh, okay, it's diorite time. Where's invincible? Invincible edit. Hashtag invincible. Hashtag edit. Hashtag trending his name. Nice. Maybe I'll check it out sometime. I don't know. I haven't watched this Invincible, so I don't know if I'd be able to fully appreciate just how good it is, but maybe I will. Who knows? Boop. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. That is true, Ellen Lee. You sound tired, and yeah, that would have spoilers. Gotcha. I am tired. I have been awake not very long. I mean, I've been awake less than 12 hours. Well, okay. It's coming up on 12 hours when I first woke up, but I fell back asleep pretty quickly accidentally. I'm losing my voice. Well, I was up till 5 in the morning last night. So, you know, I'm a little tired. Here's your hydrate. Thank you, fan. Appreciate it. Accidentally, sure, buddy. Well, okay, like, accidentally is probably a stretch. I intentionally stayed up, but it was accidentally in the sense that I didn't know that that was what was going to happen. I was watching a stream the other night, and I was just, you know, just enjoying my time. And I was gonna leave at 2 in the morning, and I told the streamer I was modding for that you know, I was going to be going to bed at 2. 2/locator if you want to remove your your locator bar thing, yeah. That's a feature we have on our server. That's not everywhere, but we have it here. What was it? Slime here tonight? I don't think so, but I'll double check. It doesn't look like it, no. He's a little elusive at times. He might be here tomorrow. He sometimes pops on whenever I'm on Twitch SMP. That's where he's from. We play on Twitch SMP together. Oh, okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, well, I was supposed to be done at 2 in the morning, but she told me that I had to stay up till 3. And I think she was joking, but I went with it, because I was like, 1 more hour wouldn't kill me tonight, because I've been up already really late, so I knew I was going to have a hard time sleeping, so I was like, okay, that's fine. And then she decided that instead of stopping at 3 like she said she would, that she was gonna go to 4. And by 4 o'clock I realized this woman was not going to end her stream. So by the time like 5 o'clock rolled around, I was like, I'm done. I'm going to bed. And you know, I don't regret it, but it's been quite the process trying to catch up on what in the world went on while I was gone. Simpy Wimpy kept going. That's crazy, Gus. Your mom is Simpy Wimpy. You're actually kind of cute. Thank you, Z. I think. I never know what to say to that. I never know what to say to that. But thank you. Oop, oop, oop. I have been DM'd again. Hang on. Give me a second. Give me a second. When someone compliments me, simply say, I know I am. That's a great one. I like that. Dang. W, dude. Heck. Maybe not right there. Heck yeah on the other thing, you know? When someone... Oh, yeah. I used to... Whenever somebody said, what was it? Somebody once told me, how do I phrase this? Hang on, my brain is dead. So, there was this person, who really just didn't get the hint that I really didn't like them, I guess. But, she kept saying I love you, and it's like, okay. I just tried to ignore it, try to brush it off, whatever. But she kept saying it, and kept wanting me to say it back. Eventually, I got to the point where I said, me too. I would just say, me too, whenever she said I love you. She didn't know I was just talking about loving myself, not loving her. But, you know, that's okay. It's all about the intent behind the message and what you actually say, right? I don't know. That was a time in my life. Boy, was it a time in my life. She can only see me now, you know. Over here playing Minecraft all the time. Sound like I've smoked a couple of packets of cigarettes. You know, I'm living the life. I am living the life. King, this is a dumb idea. Nah. Nah, trust, okay? I don't know what it's gonna do necessarily, but it's gonna do something, okay? Boop, boop. I actually get quite a lot of people flirting with me on YouTube, which is weird. I don't know how to feel about it. But there are some people on YouTube who, like... I mean, they don't say anything wild necessarily, but it's just kind of like, hey, you're cute. It's like... Okay. You know, maybe this is just kind of double standards, but you expect that behavior on the internet, especially towards women, which is unfortunate. That's just not okay. It's not acceptable that it happens, but 1, 2, 3. But it's kind of just the expectation that the internet is going to be a crappy place. But the expectation that it happens to men is not there at all, but it happens. It does happen, which is kind of crazy. Hey cutie, hey Gus, how's it going? Just like start twirling my hair that I don't have like enough hair to twirl anymore, but I used to have a lot. It's pure pain. That's okay. That's okay. What's pain without, well, what's gain without a little bit of pain, you know? It just doesn't exist. So you gotta take the pain. I don't know where I was going with that, but I was going somewhere. Also, we kind of finished the area at 3 hours exactly. So like that was perfect timing. We're actually doing pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but you know, that's about not quite half the river, but it's a decent amount, really. I would say maybe a quarter, no, not a quarter, sorry, 3/8 maybe. We're getting close to about half. I think that little shadow of a cross, that's probably about our halfway point because this area is so wide. Kicking and twirling your feet too. Yes, twirling your feet. Kicking your feet and twirling your hair too. Yes. On YouTube, recreated every FNAF game in Minecraft with functioning gameplay, including jump scares and all mechanics. What the heck? That's actually crazy. Twirling your feet, indeed. Yes, my favorite activity. Jeez. Oh boy. Yeah, we're getting pretty deep into the build. We should hopefully be able to finish the stone placement. Not soon, but probably on Friday. Nah, not Friday, but I'm hoping it'll be sooner rather than later. That's what I'm thinking. His name, Cup of Tea, EXE, and he's already working on the newest game. Dang. Bro's been busy. All right. We've done quite a lot. Do we want? I shouldn't keep going. I want to, but I shouldn't, because I know me, and that crash is about to hit. And I don't have enough caffeine in my system for this. So what I'm gonna do is I'll leave it. That'll give me enough time. We can watch the movie. That's an hour and a half, right? So that's like... yeah, that's 11:30. I got enough time that I might be able to finish editing the video. Okay. Okay, you know, I'm suddenly liking this plan a little bit. All right, that's what we're gonna do, guys. That's what we're gonna do. You watching K-pop Demon Hunter one? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'll let you guys know if it's any good. I've been told it's like the best movie possibly ever, which is saying a lot. That is saying a lot. I don't know if it is, but it might be. We have somebody that we haven't been able to raid. Let us know for sure. Absolutely. You guys will probably find out tomorrow if I can watch. I might end up finding, you know, I don't really have as much disposable income as I'd like to watch it in a very legal way. Not that I would ever watch it in an illegal way, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Let's see. Oh, with no mods, no built-in texture packs, and an exterior, even though you'd spend most time inside its peak. Dang. That is actually crazy. Wow. What the heck? That takes a lot of effort. What the heck? Somebody's trying to spam my YouTube chat. Wow. Ice Cube, you are removed. Okay. We're gonna wrap up here, guys. YouTube chat, I'm gonna see if there's anybody I can send you to, but I don't believe I can. I don't see the spam, but maybe it just auto-blocked. It did, yeah. Let's see, is there anybody who is live that I know? You guys can go watch Avid. I don't know if he's still live or not, but YouTube chat will go over there. But that's not where I'm sending Twitch. Twitch, you are going elsewhere. You are going to very important places. Yes, that is where Avid is at. So go enjoy Avid stream YouTube. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye YouTube. Bye bye. We'll go. Whoa. I don't want to hear myself. Okay. Bye bye. Okay. There we go. YouTube stream over. Twitch. We're gonna go say hello to Mr. Fitz. Mr. Fitz is currently playing Minecraft. They're on their forever world. And it looks like they're having a good time. They've raided us a couple of times. I've seen them on JMO's streams. You know, pretty cool person from what I can see. And hopefully you guys will enjoy their content. I will see you guys hopefully next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of y'all. I'll see you tomorrow on Twitch SMP. Good night, everybody.